Kill you! I've just seen death!
Do you know what the most frightening thing in the world is?
I'm really bad at this podcasting thing.
We wasted another hour.
I just imagine if we went another 30 minutes of fuck. Wasn't recording. God damn.
That was good.
Gabriel's back, everybody.
I'm back, ladies.
Yeah. It's good to have you back, man.
Got a new mug.
You got a new mug. Sweet. What's on it? Snakes?
Yeah, it's just feeling like God of War. You know how it is?
Fuck yeah.
Kratos.
Yeah. Makes you want to pillage, dude. Yeah, dude, I was floundering without you. I was just like, I'm not going to do the show. Fuck it.
Not what you should do the show.
Yeah, I know.
I was floundering myself.
Yeah. It's good to have like routine, but it's just I wasn't in the mood and all that. But I'm glad you're at least able to join for this show, and we'll see how things go from there.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about hoaxes today, okay? But that's the subject. But I came across something a little while ago, and I was like, "Fuck, I gotta talk to Gabriel about this." So, a woman in the UK was arrested. She's in court for aggressively farting at her boyfriend's ex.
You know, this is what I like. You get down to the fucking real shit that we need to talk about.
We're only the ones covering the real news stories here.
Other people cover the same old shit. Okay, go.
So this woman was sending videos of herself farting to her boyfriend's ex, and she ended up in court over it. She was arrested.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, I've let out some real like crackling cheek slappers, but I've never been arrested for it.
Yeah, and wait, she's sending this to her ex-boyfriend.
Well, her ex-boyfriend's
girlfriend.
Yeah, so she's trying to like show dominance to the new girl by sending her videos. So she would be farting and then cut to her face smiling at the end, and she was sending that.
You know, some people pay good money for that.
I know there's a whole OnlyFans section just for that. Not that I know those things, but yeah, you can make if this happened in the UK, of course. Only some fucking crazy British.
I like her. I
it.
hope that's her real photo too, because if it's some other person, that'd be sick.
No, that's her.
That's her.
Yeah. Rihanna Evans appeared in court over the UK's first ever cyber farting case.
First ever. The first one and last.
I would have loved to have been the judge on that one. Just like what the fuck am I doing with my life?
Part of the fucking jury. Imagine you get jury duty, then you go
with this bullshit. Oh yeah. Yeah. How do you feel about farts? Before you're led on to this jury, we need to know how you feel about farts.
Yeah, you know, I never made it that far.
Oh, you never made to the jury questioning process?
Nah, I made it to the door one time, and they're like, "Well, the judge says he's good, so you guys are out."
I got pretty close, dude. I was around there for like 4 hours, and I was in the courtroom, and they were questioning people, and I was gonna be next, and the judge is like, "I think we got enough people, so the rest of the people, you're free to go home." And thank you for your service. I was like, fuck yes, dude. And I looked back. I was walking out and I looked back at everybody and I just smiled and their faces were just like,
damn.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. So, all right, I'll get rid of this. So we're gonna cover hoaxes today, and there's a lot of hoaxes, dude. A whole bunch of hoaxes. I went through a giant list, and I tried to pick out the ones that I thought were most interesting, but there's so many, and most of them are like a long time ago. There's not too many hoaxes in the last like 30 years. It's sort of, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just like the spread of information or whatever, and more media. but there was a lot more hoaxes in like the 1800s and 1700s compared than there is now. The first one I'm going to talk to you about is the Cardiff Giant. So, in October 1869, in a shocking discovery, workers that were digging a well behind a small farm in Cardiff, New York, uncovered a 10-foot tall, 3,000-pound petrified man. Almost instantly, a tent was raised around the giant, and crowds started gathering to pay a fee of 50 cents, which is about $11.60 today.
Damn.
And they would see the giant at 15 minutes at a time. They'd bring in groups, 15 minutes, and then take them out and bring in another group. The giant attracted up to 500 visitors a day, and the nearby town also got like huge profits from all the tourists coming in. There was a lot of speculation about the stone man. Some claimed it was one of the Nephilim from the book of Genesis. One scientist claimed that it was nonsense. It was obviously a statue carved by a French Jesuit in the 16th or 17th century to impress the Native Americans. One professor came along. He was the president of Cornell University, and he wasn't focused on the stone itself, the giant, but rather the land where it was found. Okay. He inspected it, and he said that there was no good reason to dig a well there, and that something was fishy. And then another archaeologist came around and noticed that all the tool markings, there was tool markings on it, and all of them were new. It wasn't like this wasn't centuries or thousands or hundreds of thousands years old.
Yeah.
So you can get a few of the views.
To say like Milwaukee on the tools or something.
Yeah, they left the hammer there and chisel.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. By the way, this statue has a giant hog on him. Okay, I'm just mentioning that now.
That was part of your inspection, or the
the
scientist.
I just happened to notice. I wasn't like let's zoom in on this thing's hog, but yeah, it has a big one. This is the thing that was erected around the area that drew everybody in.
The hog.
Not the hog. No. Okay. The sign.
The sign. Okay. the most valuable single exhibit in the world today.
Yeah. After a couple months of speculation and theories, everything was revealed to be a hoax. It was all the work of a man named George Hull. Now, George Hull was a tobacconist and a science enthusiast, and he was also a fervent atheist who was especially interested in Darwin's theory of evolution. So about a year or so before, George Hull had gotten into an argument with a Methodist reverend by the name of Mr. Turk, and the rest of Mr. Turk's flock, the people at the church, during a tent revival meeting, because they were mentioning the existence of giants in the book of Genesis. And since it was such a large group of one man against all them, he lost the argument. He went home angry as fuck, and he thought to himself, why would anyone believe that shit? So he decided that he was going to show how easily it would be to fool people into believing in a giant. So he hired a few guys and quarried out a 10-foot long block of gypsum. And he told the crew that was digging out that he was making a Abraham Lincoln monument made. Mm-hmm. And then he had the stone shipped off to Chicago, where he had two stone cutters who worked in secret at night, according to his specifications. Now, people that had seen the giant and seen Hull said that it looked like he had it made in his own image, which really makes me wonder about the dick.
Yeah. Every episode this comes up.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. It always leads to it. Makes me wonder about their penis.
Oh, wow. I just got breaking news. There's been another plane crash.
Oh, yeah. Small plane.
Oh, is it?
That means I don't know what it means, but yeah.
So he decided to make it in his own image, apparently. And they even aged the rock using like acids and stains. And then the rock was shipped all the way back to New York and it was taken to Hull's cousin's farm, and they buried it under cover of night. Hull's cousin hired a couple men to dig a well in that area who were unwitting workers. He's just like, I want that well over there. I don't know why he's Southern. He's in New York, but
it's better like that.
It's always better when I can just do Southern voices.
It's always funnier to me.
Yeah, he hired a man. He's like, I want a well dug there. Yeah. And then the guys started digging, and they're like, oh shit, what is this? But before the hoax was revealed, Hull had sold the giant to a group of 5 men, headed up by a guy named David Hanum, for $23,000, which is like,
damn.
Yeah, and $23,000 in that time's money, so that's over $500,000 in 2025.
Damn.
The men moved the giant to Syracuse, New York, and it got huge crowds there. And then P.T. Barnum offered to buy the giant for $50,000. So he's pretty much paying $1 million for that giant in that day's money. But the group refused to sell it to Barnum. And so Barnum made his own giant and displayed it. And he told everyone that this was the real giant and the other one was a cheap fake. Barnum was such an asshole, dude.
Yeah.
People don't realize how much of an asshole Barnum was.
Yeah.
He like tortured animals and shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, if he was around today, he'd be selling like 5G blockers to MAGA people.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I see what level he's at. I'm not even sure if he's doing bad or good. You know?
Yeah, he'd be all over TikTok. Fucking.
Yeah.
I was skeptical about this thing, but check it out in the TikTok shop.
I ain't gay no more.
I don't like men's no more. Women.
Yeah, that guy got fake.
That guy. So then Hull confessed to everything. Both giants were revealed to be the fake. And at the time, Hanum was they were suing each other. And Hanum had said to an interviewer at the time, they asked him about Barnum's fake, and he said there's a sucker born every minute. And now that quote is attributed to Barnum. Barnum never said it. It was Hanum that said it. Okay. So the cases were thrown out because the judge is like, well, both of them are fake. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Hull told reporters that he only confessed because he wanted to expose Christians, expose to Christians their tendency to believe in things too easily, like giants roaming the earth.
Yeah.
So the giant is still around today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I don't think his plan worked.
Whose plan? Oh, you mean to?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's still Sable. We could find another one of these right now, you know?
Yes. Oh, sorry, I got an alarm going off. Yeah, it's still around today. It's in Farmers Museum in Cooperstown, New York. I don't know if Christians are still going there, but my dad used to tell me about giants in the Bible when I was young. He'd tell me about the Nephilim and stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, back in the day, they were giants walking around." I'm like, "Wow, that's fucking crazy."
Yeah, dude. I don't know if you guys have this over here or whatever, but my mom used to tell me when it was a full moon, she'll like, there's a rabbit up there, and if you look at it, it kind of looks like what I remember it used to look like, because I used to be kind of scared. I'm like, what if that motherfucker jumps over to Earth and his foot, you know, and like stomps on me? Because it looked like a big bunny, just like a bit of a shadow, like you couldn't really see it, but like
yeah.
You could kind of make it into one, and I was like, I hope he fucking doesn't jump, you know. And I don't know how long that one took me to figure out. Probably like
you'd be like staring at the moon so long, you're like, oh shit.
I was like, I won't be walking and just like staring up. Like if he jumps, I'm not gonna see.
See, I always used to look at the moon and I saw like the man's face in it. If you look at it long enough, you see the big face, and that's terrifying, dude.
Yeah.
It's like that Legend of Zelda game with the big moon face.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Majora's Mask or whatever.
Yeah, but that face couldn't jump, so you were still pretty safe.
You got to watch out for those moon rabbits.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, that's a perfect segue for our next story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So let me.
Oh wait, can I comment something on the other story that I think
go for it.
A lot
please.
of viewers might also see. It's very similar to a Simpsons episode. I don't know if you remember that one.
The angel.
Yeah,
I think that's exactly what it was based on.
That's what they got.
They had to have
that's
been.
why I was like smiling and laughing. And I'm like, oh shit, I seen this. And they
The end
got it
of-
from right there.
The end of high prices.
Yeah. You see, I was getting educated and I thought I was having fun.
That's a great episode. Some people think
Yes.
that's the episode where the show jumped the shark.
Oh,
I don't think so.
let's see, because they got a little extra, huh?
Yeah, they got a little extra.
I could see it, I guess, but I think it was still good after.
That's a great episode. Man, I gotta go watch The Simpsons again.
Yeah, all the old ones.
All the old ones are so great. So yeah, that's a perfect segue. In August of 1835, a New York newspaper under the name The Sun published a series of 6 articles on the supposed discovery of life and civilization on the moon. The discoveries were said to have been made by Sir John Herschel, who was a real astronomer, and his companion Andrew Grant. The articles detailed vast temples that were inhabited by bison, single-horned goats, mini zebras, beavers that walked on 2 legs, and bat-like animals, which they scientifically called Vespertilio homo, which roughly translates to man bat or batmen.
Okay.
Rachel, I'm not wearing moon pants.
Where is she?
Where is she? That's the difference between me and you.
That was a long ass speech.
Yeah. It tells you that people are good.
You could almost hear it, you know?
Yeah. The moon also featured trees. Oh, I just want to talk about Batman.
Yeah.
The moon also featured trees, oceans, and beaches. It was said that these discoveries were made by using a giant telescope that was 24 feet in diameter, and 7 tons in weight. However, the authors of the article said that this telescope was eventually destroyed by the burning glass effect because the reflection of the sun caused the observatory to burn down. And it wasn't discovered until a few weeks later that the articles were a hoax. But by then, the newspaper's circulation exploded. So everyone was buying this newspaper to read about these stories.
Yeah.
And the newspaper never retracted the articles
Because they were selling.
Oh yeah, they were selling like crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be throwing up some other photos or I should say other drawings from that time when they were.
Wait, so it's not real, huh? Okay.
It's no, it's not real.
Okay.
Yeah. So the guy who is based on John Herschel, who had said discovered all this, was amused by it at first that he was mentioned in this article. And then he got sick of people asking him to tell them about the creatures on the moon. So eventually he's like, just fucking leave me alone. It's not real, dude.
Yeah.
Some of the drawings and stuff are absolutely crazy.
Well, I think it's pretty funny. Like, every creature was pretty funny, I thought.
Oh, yeah. The beavers on 2 legs.
Yeah.
And the mini zebras.
Trust me, they're not regular size. I can tell from here.
They're not regular size.
They're not baby zebras either.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'll throw up some other stuff. This was a huge story. People wrote books about this, and Yeah, it was a huge story.
The headline was like, "Seen it."
I seen it. I saw you take somebody's jawbone off. I seen it. Man, I can't stop thinking about Batman clips now. Do you want to open up the phone lines? Maybe we should take some calls or something.
I think we should, man.
Yeah. All right. Phone lines are open if anyone wants to call. Oh shit, that was fast.
That was fast.
Yeah. All right, let's take a call. Hello?
Hello? Am I on the air?
Yeah. Who's this?
My name's Bob. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Hi, Bob. What do you want to say?
I heard you were discussing hoaxes, and I just want to say that Americans are all living the hoax of proper health information. And I've done the research, and I can tell you that currently the public believes that a balanced diet is monumental for humans' health.
Right.
But they are failing to see the benefits of things such as raw milk, untreated water, and, of course, lukewarm raw chicken.
Isn't that super dangerous?
Listen, I cooked my chicken for years, and I saw a doctor while I was living in the Himalayas with the Sherpas, and he told me that my third eye was completely calcified over, and also my blood was angry at me for cooking my chicken.
All right, Bob, I'm going to let you go.
Wait, you want to hear a joke?
No.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Doctors.
Doctors who?
Doctors who are administering up to 175 vaccines to children under the age of 2 should have their medical license revoked due to the direct link to both autism and the prevalence of transgender thought patterns. And also, when you eat Captain Crunch cereal, you're getting a toxic dose of heavy metals that can change the coding of your DNA.
Right.
When I was 5 years old, a medicine man told me.
Thanks,
he sat
Bob.
me down and he told
I'm never taking another call again, dude.
Yeah, I think we better have a bit more of a screening.
Yeah, well, it's just me here. So, like, I don't have anyone else to screen calls.
Yeah,
whoever has the line just calls through.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for calling, Bob.
He got the phone number real quick too. He's a
he
fan.
was on it.
He's a fan because he didn't even give it out.
I didn't even give up.
He's a real fan.
Someone might even think that this was staged because I never even gave out the phone number. But
no, dude, he's like I'm telling you, he's been watching.
Yeah.
Whenever you open up the phone lines on the previous shows, he just got the number from there. You know.
Dialing. Wow. Okay. I don't know how we move on from that, but all right. So are you ready for our last hoax story?
I'm ready.
Okay. This is a doozy that you probably remember. It happened in 2009, October 15th of 2009. A call comes into 911 dispatch in Fort Collins, Colorado. A frantic mother tells the dispatch that they believe their 6-year-old son Falcon accidentally climbed into an experimental saucer-shaped aircraft that her husband had made in the backyard. Does this ring any bells?
No.
You don't remember this? Okay.
I don't remember this.
The couple, identified as Mayumi and Richard, it's either Heen or Henny, said that they were doing a test launch of a UFO, and instead of hovering a few feet off the ground, it was fully launched into the sky because the aircraft was untethered.
I'm beginning to remember.
It should start ringing some bells. It was a huge story.
Yeah, it was a big story. Okay.
Yeah. So there was a home video that was released the day after this incident that I'm going to talk about, where the family is counting down 3, 2,
1. When it flew off with little Falcon inside.
1. And then they released the balloon, and a few seconds later,
Dad, Falcon's in there!
Where?
the family is heard screaming, and while the dad Richard started yelling, "You didn't put the fucking tether down!" And if I can find the video, I'm going to put it up.
Okay.
Yeah. Shortly after, the couple said that they couldn't find their son Falcon, and they realized the missing boy must have crawled into the craft before they launched it. So initial reports from the family said that they called the FAA first. However, the FAA cannot confirm that they actually did call them. Here's the interesting part, though. The family called the local NBC News affiliate first, or right after that, and they asked them to use their helicopter to track a runaway aircraft. And then only after that did they call 911. So right there, it should sort of give you an idea what's going on.
Yeah.
I'll get back to what happened in a little bit, but I'm going to give you a little background on Richard and Mayumi. So red flag number 1, they met in acting class in Hollywood, and then they got married in 1997.
Okay.
Yeah, Richard tried acting and stand-up comedy, and both of those ventures proved fruitless. They ran a few small businesses while trying to make ends meet. Second red flag, associates of Richard had described him as a shameless self-promoter who would do almost anything to advance his latest endeavor.
Yeah.
In the 1970s, Richard became a storm chaser, and one time drove his motorcycle through the middle of a tornado, which I'm not going to lie, sounds fucking metal.
Pretty badass.
It's pretty badass. If he actually did do that.
Batman would do some shit like that.
Batman would do some. You just want to stop and watch Batman?
Batman comes out of the Simpsons also. We could do fucking 2, like.
Yeah, that's true.
Batman's a scientist.
Yeah.
No, that is pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
But who knows if he's fucking lying that he did this shit?
Yeah, you don't know for sure if he was lying or not. Storm chasing became like a regular hobby of his. He would also bring his family and his children along for the storm chasing, which is like incredibly irresponsible.
Yeah.
But they also go on UFO hunting trips. That's sort of cool. I like that.
Okay.
Here's another red flag. The family appeared on the show Wife Swap 2 separate times. Do you remember the show Wife Swapped?
Yes.
Wife Swap?
Yeah. That's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's like one mom goes to one family, another mom goes to another family, and they like try it out.
Yeah.
That's where that clip of the crazy lady, the Christian lady, goes saying, "Gorgiles, Slykix.
Gorgiles, Slykix, everything's ungodly."
It's ungodly.
Are you doing this the voice?
Yeah, that's her voice. Gorgiles, Slykix.
Okay, it sounds like the guy from New York a little bit too.
Fuck you.
She's not a Christian.
I need you to dig a well right over there.
Yeah.
I'm a God warrior, and I don't want someone with Tatum.
So, he had pitched some shows to TLC. He was trying to pitch science shows to them, and they passed on it. And it must have been a really bad fucking idea, because TLC will do anything, dude. They will play anything on their channel.
A Wife Swap was probably on it.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. They got like shows about fat sisters that just eat and like make fun of each other. And yeah, half the shows on TLC are just about fat people now.
Yeah. Well, that last I've seen, it's some sort of addiction.
Oh yeah, the lady that eats drywall. Yeah. So the producer of Wife Swap said that there was a show in development all about the Heen family or Henny family. However, it was scrapped because of the balloon incident. Why is that? Let's get back to what happened in the actual incident. And let's get back to their son, who is currently floating 7,000 feet above Colorado. The National Guard sent out helicopters, and the police followed the helicopter for a little bit over an hour as it traversed over 50 miles in Colorado. Finally, yeah, it's crazy. 50 miles at a super height, thousands and thousands of feet. Finally, it slowly floated down, and it landed about 12 miles northeast of the Denver International Airport. You can see video of it falling, and them, like, the authorities rushed to the balloon to try to, like, catch it and to rescue the kid. So they finally get the balloon on the ground. They open it up. The boy's not in there. Falcon's not in there. But then reports came in that people had seen during its flight, they saw something fall from the saucer. So they're like, oh shit, the kid fell out. He's dead. Like, now we have to look for his body.
Yeah.
And they started a massive search trying to find his body. Hours later that day, no luck in the search. Falcon was finally found, but he was hiding in a box in his garage attic and had apparently been there the whole time. It did not take long before people started going, this sounds like a hoax.
Yeah.
There's just too many red flags. The family did an interview right after with Wolf Blitzer, and during the interview, Wolf asked Falcon, why didn't you come out of the garage? And the parents, like, asked the kid again, why didn't you come out of the garage, Falcon? And he says, you guys said that we did this for the show.
We did this for the show.
Man.
And then you see the parents' eyes sort of, like, dart around, like, what you this kid, I don't know what he's saying.
We're talking about Willis.
What? The show? We're on a show. That's what he means. We're on your show, Wolf. That's what he means.
This is the news, not a show.
Yeah.
Fuck. But...
Yeah, and the dad mainly just had, like, a douchebag look about him. Like, he looked like someone that would try to screw you over. The day after that interview, Falcon was on another interview show, a morning show, and they asked Falcon why he said that on the show before, on Wolf Blitzer's show. And then Falcon just vomited.
That's what he was referring to.
Wow, dude. Somebody rescue Falcon.
So, like, everyone's going, well, yeah, of course he vomited. He's lying about this to the entire world. And that's what everyone's saying. He's nervous and he's lying. So he got sick to his stomach.
Yeah, dude. Poor kid.
A few days later, the Larimer County Sheriff declared that the case had been concluded and it was deemed a hoax, and that the parents would likely face felony charges. And on November 19th, Richard was sentenced to 90 days and a $36,000 fine. But they estimated that the total cost of this whole debacle was around $40,000, like the helicopters and all that stuff. And he had to plead guilty to trying to influence a public servant. I'm not exactly what that's all about, why he was, like, why that was the charge. So I'll have to look into that and see what that's all about, because I didn't understand that. His wife was sentenced to 20 days of weekend jail, which is like, I've never heard of that. Have you ever heard of weekend jail before?
No, dude.
I didn't know you could do that.
Okay, you're grounded for, like...
Yeah, no going out for you.
Not going on the weekends.
Yeah. I thought that was so weird, weekend jail, but I guess they do it all the time for, like, non-violent offenders.
That's weird.
Yeah. The family has maintained that this was not a hoax. And in 2010, they said that authorities had told them that they were going to deport Mayumi if she didn't write a confession. But eventually, in 2020, the local, I think the governor there pardoned them of their crimes and said, like, they've paid enough. Like, they've been in the public eye. They did they paid their due. Just leave them alone. They're fine. But anyone at our age, like, I'm surprised you didn't remember this more.
Not at the beginning.
Do you remember, now that I started talking about, like, watching the news.
And you know what? Like, I don't remember like exactly what they were saying, but I do remember thinking, "Oh, that's crazy," and then pretty soon after, thinking they're fucking lying.
Yeah,
Because you know what? Like, they were doing the thing that that fucking like murderers and people that just always like speak when they did something, which is they kind of not focus on the main subject and they go all around.
yeah. They jump around. They give you all the other details.
Yeah, and if somebody was actually worried, they just focus on like, I don't give a fuck how that happened. I'm just glad they're safe.
Yeah,
but these people were kind of like, yeah, he must have been up there and we thought he was. And
yeah, you know, the details thing is interesting that you said that, because in the research I was doing, like Richard kept calling people, the authorities, and saying like, you might be able to track the balloon because it emits a 1 million volt charge when it needs to change direction. And they're just like, who the fuck are you? Like, why are you telling us this?
Yeah, you know, if you were really worried about it, your kid, you wouldn't be saying exactly that. You said, let's fucking go and I'll show you on the way. Like, it's just way different.
He's like, the way I built it was, he starts giving him all the details.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with people that are guilty of like murder or something. Yeah. Like, it's just like you said, they'll go like, well, I went to the ice cream store, and I always go to the ice cream store. I love Rocky Road. So the cops are just like,
you know which one's really fuck up? They call 911. Hi, 911. I just got out of the shower. I was at the store earlier. So I came out of the shower and I just found this person dead down the stairs.
Yeah.
Like, nobody. Yeah. What did you do? Okay.
And they're like, oh my God. Oh no, sweetie. Wake up.
I came into the garage. The garage is in the back, so I didn't see the front. But when I left this morning, I said,
sir, what's your address? No, but
you should have known
he's in this weird position.
Yeah, you should have known the layout of the house before they even ask you. You know.
Yeah, that's a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that show, The Staircase, when the guy was accused of killing his wife, and they played the 911 call, and he's like, "Oh, hello," and they're like, "What's? How many steps did she fall? What?" And he keeps trying to stall for time. Yeah. The main person I feel bad about this is Falcon, because at the very least he has a crazy dad. Yeah,
it's like probably pretty sad story if you want to go down that route, you know. But it's better because by the time he's on that show, or when everybody keeps asking him what happened, tell me the truth. He knows the truth, but his parents are telling him not to say the truth.
Yeah, and
so
kids,
and then
kids are bad liars, dude.
Yeah, he gets looked at all weird, you know.
Yeah,
he doesn't want that.
He doesn't want it. He doesn't want to get pulled into his dad's bullshit.
He doesn't.
Just like trying to be a reality TV star. Like,
he's trying to
leave the kid alone.
And the kid's trying to be a good kid, like a good son. And like, for my dad, I'll try it, but he can't.
I'll bring up a photo of him today. They did a news report recently.
So he might be all right then.
So they were playing clips of so this is clips. That was him during the incident at 6 years old. There's some footage of it flying around and the landing.
Yeah.
There's some guy that running for it. He biffs it hard right here. Oh, they cut it out.
Oh, they cut it?
Yeah. So let me try to. So that's the kid now. Yeah. And that's the dad.
That fucking
He's got that fucking the boyfriend on, or the guy that's not the boyfriend on King of the Hill, the Indian.
Yeah,
the guy that always comes around.
I'm with this guy.
I don't know what the fuck. He's in like a music video now, but the family still maintains their innocence on this whole thing. They still said it wasn't a hoax. They were pressuring us. And there has been a few YouTubers that have like put out proof videos where they interviewed the family and got all the details and tried to vindicate them. but it's just the dad, dude. I don't trust that guy.
No, there's something off. If somebody remembers it, it was pretty clear to me that the way they were worried wasn't authentic. Like it just doesn't.
Yeah,
you don't do that. So when a lot of people think that, like without even hearing more details or like to fully fucking go in, you could kind of tell like that.
Yeah,
it's too weird.
It's too weird. It doesn't add up.
Yeah.
So those are the. Go ahead.
Well, you pointed out red flag number one. If you just go red flag number one and then the way they spoke,
yeah,
it's just already bad. Calling the news station.
Any people that meet at acting class in Hollywood, I'm immediately suspect of, because they're always going to want that spotlight. Yeah. So that was the show.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, there's too many hoaxes to choose from. I almost did like the Shrouded Turin, but that's still, people still argue about that if it's a hoax or not. I think it's a hoax. Bigfoot. Yeah. Oh, I almost did the 70s Bigfoot footage, the Patterson Gimlin footage. Maybe we can do another installment of this later if I find some other interesting ones, but there's so goddamn many. Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh,
so
there's one real quick. There's one similar to the statue, but it was like a giant board. Like, did you come across that one?
Oh, the Hogzilla thing?
Yeah,
Hogzilla.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff where stuff is buried and found, like tablets with writing on it.
Yeah.
It's an easy hoax. You just like make something up, bury in the ground, and go like, "What is this? Oh my god!" Yeah, I'm gonna have to drop some clips of the Simpsons angel thing in here.
Well, when you were telling me, I was like, "Oh shit!"
Shit, the Simpsons always pick from history.
Yeah.
If everyone can do me a favor and subscribe to the YouTube and leave a review anywhere you can, and tell a friend, please, because it's hard to like put all this work into YouTube videos and then get like 14 views. Although the David Lynch tribute video has 147 so far, which is not bad for the channel.
Yeah. That was pretty good.
Yeah, and check out the other shows on the network. But yeah, if please leave comments or anything, because it's hard to keep doing this week after week or week every other week. Whenever I decide to do it.
Yeah, but I mean, if you just want to leave a comment and talk shit, like Matthew just fucks up his hair towards the end usually. So,
yeah.
Like he starts doing that shit, and then I mean, like, this motherfucker's always fucking up his hair at the end of the show.
I actually got my first negative comment on one of my shorts the other day, and it really hurt my feelings. I know I'm not supposed to look at negative comments, but someone just said, "This isn't funny. You shouldn't have put it on YouTube." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Really?
The rest of the day, I was like, "What is he talking about?" It was funny.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
That's how they get you, dude. They're energy vampires. But yeah, I hope Gabriel, you can come on again soon.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah, and we'll figure out the next episode. I'm still trying to figure it out, but yeah, like and subscribe, all that stuff, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
See you, ladies.